Recently, I did a poll on my Facebook and I was asked the question, what are the basic pillars to balancing your hormones? So in this video, I'm going to share with you how to balance your hormones. And it's much easier than you think, okay? So first of all, you need to understand that insulin resistance is the root cause of why most people get sick. Okay, and it's why most people don't have balanced hormones. So what is insulin resistance? Well, insulin resistance is, the analogy I like to use is, imagine like you've got a leak in your house, right? And you put a bucket underneath wherever the leak is, you put a bucket there and the bucket fills up with water. Okay, so this is like your body filling up with fat, right? With sugar, sorry, not fat. Your body filling up with sugar. And then all of a sudden, when the bucket gets really full, the bucket starts overflowing, okay? So all that excess energy that you're consuming with the carbs, right, and sugars, it just starts overflowing. And it starts overflowing into all your different tissues around your body, okay? So now you have way too much energy and your body's converting this excess energy that it's eating into into fat, right? So it stores it as fat. So the energy is converted into glucose, and then the glucose is just spreading throughout your body, and there's so much glucose that your body cannot burn fat at all. And what this does is it causes insulin resistance, which is what diabetes is, right? And then also what that does is it also causes your other hormones to be out of balance. So cortisol, leptin, ghrelin, like all these different hormones to be out of whack. And then all of a sudden you can't balance your hormones. Estrogen's out of control. Estrogen's super high because you're eating so much sugars. You know, you're maybe not even eating just sugar, but just like carbohydrates, right? Like most people are eating way too much energy and your body doesn't know what to do with it because it's got too much energy. So that's why people get fatter and fatter, because their body is just storing more energy, but there's nothing to do. The body doesn't have anything to do with the energy. So that's why you get fat. That's literally why. It's as simple as that. It's like excess energy in the body is stored as fat. Okay, and this offsets all the hormones, which is why people have lots and lots of health issues, like autoimmune issues, like poor skin, low testosterone, like super high levels of estrogen. Like even women have some high levels of testosterone as well, like, you know, like women with hairy legs and stuff like that. And the men, what they have is they have super low levels of testosterone, because how can you have high levels of testosterone when your hormones are out of balance, right? The cholesterol is the building block for all of your hormones. So if you have low cholesterol because you're eating a bunch of carbs and processed food, then of course you're going to have low testosterone, because you need cholesterol to make testosterone and all your other hormones. Okay, so how do you balance this out? That's the problem. How do you solve it? Well, the way you solve it is by a low carb diet. And let me explain why. Because when you have a low carb diet, that's not just the first solution, right? That's one step towards the right solution. But second of all, you need to have a high nutrient dense diet, okay? So you need to be giving your body the vitamins and minerals it needs every single day in order to function at its highest level. And this includes saturated fat, okay? You need to be eating saturated fat. And that looks like, you know, beef drippings, it looks like bacon, it looks like eggs, red meat, all the foods that you're told not to eat. This is what you should be eating to increase your saturated fat, because that's going to help produce more of your hormones, because it's going to be cholesterol that you need to produce these hormones and balance out the other hormones. And most importantly, it's going to decrease the amount of sugar you're intaking, because your body is getting what it needs. And when you give your body what it needs, it takes care of you and decreases the amount of cravings you have for all the processed junk food out there, right? So when you're eating low carb, if you just do that alone, that's not enough. You have to increase the other macronutrients. You have to increase protein. You have to increase fat. Okay. Now, this is what I advocate everyone do, because most people, if they just increase their protein, they'll realize that actually, I don't really need all that rice. I don't really need all that bread. You know, you don't really need all those carbs, because if you're increasing the amount of protein you're getting every day, you'll feel the difference. That's how I'm able to stay lean. Like when I work out, my body needs protein mostly, right? It doesn't need the carbs so much, unless I'm working out super, super hard for a long time, like kind of like Michael Phelps. Michael Phelps will swim 12 hours a day. He needs carbs, okay? Let's let that be clear. But for you, the average person, like we don't need that many carbs. We actually don't. We just need nutrients and we need the fats, okay, and the protein. And that's pretty much it. So when you start eating like this, and what that looks like is what I just described, like the healthy fats, the proteins, when you start adding these foods into your diet and start eating them like on a daily basis in rotation, you'll start noticing how you are eating way less sugar. You don't have any cravings as much as you did for like the carbohydrates and the sugars, and you feel much better in your body, right? And you're sleeping better. And all of these factors contribute to balancing out your hormones. All right, in layman's terms, that's how you do it. You start eating nutrient-dense food and you decrease the amount of sugar and the amount of carbohydrates you're eating. Okay, but you can't just decrease the amount of carbs and think that's going to solve it. You have to increase the protein and fat as well. Okay, and literally eating a steak, that's solving that problem right there. But not just that, there's other things too, like eating oysters. You need to get your zinc, you need to get other nutrients, B12, and all of these things from other foods. Like magnesium is very important, eating your electrolytes is very important, and obviously sleep is a huge pillar of this as well. So adding all these together, this is going to balance your hormones, and you're going to be healthy, you're going to be feeling better in your body every day, and it's going to be much more of an enjoyable experience for you to know that with confidence, you don't have to worry about any of these issues, health issues that other people experience, like diabetes and heart disease, all these kind of things, because you know that what you're doing is healthy and sustainable for the long term. All right, so if this video helped you, like and subscribe. I'm coming out with more videos like this. I release a video every single day, so go ahead and subscribe and click the link in the description if you want to get more information on how you can go ahead and get in the best shape of your life and improve your health and have it be sustainable, so we're going for permanent weight loss, not just weight loss for a few weeks, but permanent. Okay, I want you to be in shape 2 years from now, 3 years from now, because my whole goal with this channel, my whole goal with this message is so that you don't have to need me anymore. So that's what I do here. My clients that join me, they join and they learn the habits, they shift their identity to the healthy person, and they're able to continue this for the rest of their life. And they have the knowledge and the habits to do this, so they don't actually need me anymore. It's not a great business model, but it works for them, and that's where I'm here to help people with the permanent weight loss, right? Because I'm tired of all these challenges and all this stuff. Like, I understand the business model behind that, but actually, are you really helping people if you're doing that? Like, you can be, but most people in this space are not, because they just want the money. And ultimately, I want to help you permanently change your life, not just for a few weeks, because what's the point in that, right? Like, you want to be in 5 years from now looking back at this video and be like, I joined Aaron and I'm in the best shape of my life, even 5 years later, because I am that healthy person. I have shifted my mindset, shifted my identity, and he helped me do that. And now I don't need him anymore, because now I have the knowledge, I have the skills, I have the habits. And that is how you create permanent change in anything you want to change in your life. All right, so I'll see you in the link below this, in this description. Click that button, you're going to go to a page, put your email in, watch the video, and then after that you can book a call with us, and then we can talk to you about how we can help you and your current situation. All right, so do that now. Click the link below, like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Ciao.